And my question for you today is what worked for 22 and what didn't work for 2022? Um, as I've been over the weekend and even just going into this week, I have it scheduled and I am planning to reflect on 2022. And you know, for me, I love to just work to get better and be better every single year. And so I love the whole process of reflecting and assessing and planning and reviewing so I could be better and in a different position than I am currently in. So, I wanted to just kind of talk about, as we're going into the new year, because I totally believe that if we aren't aware, right? If we aren't aware, then we're just gonna be in a cycle. And for me, I love growth. I love growth. I love getting working towards something. And Jim Rohn said that it is the definition of success. So I just kind of want to share this journey with you of the next few weeks going into the new year, because I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. If you love like planning, if you love like you know like just striving for something more, the next level, definitely type next level in the comments because I want to know who you are so we can connect and we can just hold each other accountable. So, with that being said, y'all, for me, it's kind of hard to believe. I love personal development, but you know, it seems that there are still a lot of people who like to wait until after the new year to start their new habits or to really focus on like the next level of their life. And what I have found is like, so if I say, hey, if it's a goal that I'm like, I don't want to do it, or that I've been like, that it seems like a complete change. What I realized for me is I have to like work myself up to it. So whenever people say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna wait until the new year to start doing X, Y, and Z," it's I ain't gonna lie, y'all. It's kind of weird. I'm like, why don't you just start practicing now? So then, by the time you get into the new year, you can have some type of like rhythm and foundation and baseline under you. So that way, hey Devin, as y'all tune in, I'm on Facebook and YouTube over here. Definitely tell me hello and Instagram what is up. But I definitely believe, we should definitely, create, little changes so that way we don't lapse, right? So right now we're in the is it the first full week of December? And so, you know, we only got like excuse me, like 25, 26 more days until the new year. So with that being said, one thing that I personally I'm doing is I am every single day being mindful and diligent and just really thinking about, okay, as I'm doing things, I'm not just doing it any I've been super intentional to be more present of, okay, well, okay, as I'm doing this, like how could I do this better? Or how was I doing it throughout the year, and what result did I get, and is it effective? So for us who want like the major changes, I would definitely suggest like do not wait until the new year. Start planning now. Like start actually implementing some of those habits now. And so that way as you get into the new year, you'll be in momentum to actually and be closer to your goal. So that's the reflection part. That's definitely the reflection part, and just assessing like, okay, what did I create this year? What am I working on? Like, where am I now? And I wanted to really focus on like what worked and what didn't work, because a lot of times, this time, there's the energy of like, oh man, I failed, or I didn't do this, I didn't do that. And it's not necessarily true. It's just that, okay, what could I have done better? All right, I did it that way, but what could I have done better in order um to have the result I want. And a lot of times it's just being clearer. Like I realized there has been some times when I'm like, oh yeah, I want this thing. And I got the thing, but it didn't look exactly how I wanted to look. And so that's what I'm saying. Like just assessing, like, oh man, yeah, I mean, I got a car, but it's not the car that I wanted. But you got a car. You said you wanted to get a new car. You got your new car. Be grateful that the universe is working with you and listening to you versus just, beating yourself up and being mean to yourself because it's not the car you want. So as we come over the next few weeks, definitely pay attention to what you have created this year, what things worked in your life, what things didn't work in your life, and don't just focus and hone in on the negative stuff. Don't be mean to yourself about the negative stuff. Don't just be like, oh, woe is me. Be grateful that you created something, right? And then from there, uh, we start to transition. Okay, so this is the data that I have from what I have created up until this moment. Now, what can I do in order to take it to the next level? And I'm not talking about, okay, I'm gonna lose 100 pounds in 30 days. Like, you know what I mean? It can be like, you know what? I know it's the holiday season, but for this month, I am going to do half the desserts. Or, you know what I mean? I'm going to do less sugar. You know what I mean? Like baby steps. It's not about, hurting ourselves to get to the next level. It's about making that, just having the awareness, but then also making intentional habits so we can thrive in 2023. Does that make sense? Like, and the reason why I wanted to start talking about this, y'all, because I'm not gonna lie. Let me tell y'all. So for 2022, I think it probably, even though I didn't achieve all the goals that I wanted, for me, 2022 definitely was one of my better years. And I think because I do stuff like this all the time, every month I have a session with myself and I am planning, doing, reviewing my week and my month. And so if I'm working on it, I haven't finished all of it. Maybe if y'all want, maybe we can have a session and we can, like kind of talk about and be vulnerable and be real, because let me tell y'all about my 2022. And this is me talking about, I haven't like really prepared. I didn't know I was gonna let y'all in my business, but I'll let y'all in my business a little bit today. When it comes to 2022, when I think of 2022, I honestly believe that this was probably one of my better years because I was so I was more present than previous years. Like normally I would like set a goal and then I would just be like, okay, it's gonna happen. But this year I was super like intentional, or at least aware and present from day to day. So that was number one. We definitely had a lot of shifts in the business, and I ain't gonna lie, y'all. And for a moment there, like 4 months out of the year, we were like, "What the hell did we just sign up for?" But like looking back, it's like, "Oh, okay." Because of that, look where we are now. And so, overall, I will say 2022 was definitely one of my personal best years. And I will have to say, shout out to my coach. Yeah, I had hired. Actually, I had two mentor. I was a part of two masterminds this year, and I definitely think that definitely compressed time frames and like kept the momentum. One of them, like super dope. It was with the profession that I'm with. So, it in any, if you are trying to be masterful in any part of your life, you definitely want to have a coach in that area. But when we hired more of a, like a I don't know, she is a business coach, but like just she talks about everything. And I think that really was one of the things that helped us have a strong, or super 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 strong third quarter of this year. Like our third quarter was so strong, like in, it was so crazy because like in about, we say 6 weeks, but it was actually a lot shorter than that, because the first 3 weeks we were like getting all the tech and creating, like the admin side of things. But it actually took us about 3 weeks, and we got like 400 new leads in our business, like literally by hiring a coach. I just feel, for me, it's so crazy. I keep hearing people talk about freaking authenticity, and we're gonna have to talk about that. But even just, y'all, one of the biggest, I'm gonna tell y'all one of the most personal biggest lessons that I learned this year. And I was so like, emotional and like about it for a while, but I keep talking about it, so I'm beginning to step into it. But I learned also like I I never really acknowledged myself on like a personal level because I am so like task driven. And so for me, it's like, okay, it's done. Check, check, check. Let's get it done. And I just thought, I'm like, okay, well, I did self care, check, but I wasn't actually going deep and being intimate with myself. So that's something I definitely learned this year. And shout out to my coach for um, like, like making me aware of like intimacy issues and stuff like that. So definitely a lot of personal development. I For the first time I am seeing myself as being powerful. Like I knew that like I had this radiant energy. Like it's just who I am, honey. I knew that, but I never would have like before this year I would have never like described myself as being powerful. And so like that is something that I'm stepping into. And so I definitely am about to be creating a lot of content and sharing like a lot of more um uh like of my perspective and my experience with like not being afraid of my power. And so what's another thing? um like I said, I'm we are really proud of our business goals because our business has literally we're so much clearer on what exactly we're doing. We so much clearer on who we're working with. And so Devin and I, we have definitely created our plan. Like we actually created our entire 2023 calendar for our business. I mean, it's outlined, but like the first quarter, we know exactly what we're doing, and then we're gonna plan to review, and then we'll make any adjustments going into the second quarter. And so, like our business is A1. So I want to say all that to say, y'all. I'm just telling y'all all of my business. I want to say all that to say, do not let these next 3 weeks like this year is not over. We still have the opportunity to end the year strong. We still have the opportunity to um uh finish strong and actually even achieve the goals that we want, even if it's only part of it, even if it's only making progress on it. So I would highly suggest that you have a seat and create a space, 30 minutes, an hour with yourself, and just figure out what worked this year and what didn't work, but do it with love, do it with grace for yourself. Don't just say, oh well, you know, this, I didn't get my goal and so I suck. Because that's not true. Like definitely sit down with yourself and be like, you know what? Okay, I only gave about 80% because 80% is not 100%. Like if we're not giving ourselves 100%, then, you know, we're not even trying. So the universe is going to keep giving us the same lesson. So I just want to say, y'all, we have 3 more weeks in this year. Don't wait. Don't start doing your vision board the last week of the year. Like actually, like, and this is something that I'm definitely doing, especially increasing the intimacy with myself. Definitely like make moments for yourself throughout your day, or make moments for yourself throughout the week, so that way you can um start to be like step into your power of who you really want to be and the things that you want to achieve, and it'll come to you instead of you like forcing like, okay, what do I need for my next step? And so focus not only on the things that didn't work, because we have to be real, like that's how we get the foundation of, okay, let me assess, this is where I am, but it's also going to help us to the next level of, okay, this is working for my life, I need to keep doing this, right? I hope this makes sense, y'all. I definitely wanted to just like I'm really like I want to share this journey with y'all because the man, like especially like with coaching, with all the masterminds we were a part of this year, with the results that we have, and just even with the self I'm proud of myself. I've been doing a lot of growth. It's been some ugly shit too. but but we here, right? We here. And so as we're coming into the next weeks, let's definitely focus on how we can just be 1% better. And it can be, let's say, I'll use this as a simple example. Let's say like one of your goals is to be like have an accomplishment for the day. It could be something simple as just making up your bed. And let's say if you normally don't make up your bed, let's say you did it like 3 days out of the week. That is a start. You know what I mean? And then so it's like once you start doing that out of habit, then you can add on another habit. So definitely, y'all. Oh, and I would just say another thing. I love my coach, my mentor, my coach. Like I had definitely had a lot of new awareness. I had a lot of new awareness, a lot of new stretch. Like I feel like my capacity is so I found like a lot of the things that were holding me back. I found like a lot of the reason why I was self-sabotaging. One thing is I'm not very intimate with myself. And so it's some shit under that, right? But I would definitely suggest that, if you are needing to get to the next level, you need to be a part of a mastermind, get some accountability, hire a coach, hire a mentor who have the results that you want. And then, you're going to compress time frames, you're going to move faster. And if you want to know who my coach is, um definitely drop coach or drop coach in the chat and I can send you her details, because I'm telling you, Devan and I, like, our business life is totally different than what it was. Like I said, in 6 weeks, because it was from scratch in 6 weeks, we got 428 new leads in 6 weeks by being coached by our mentor. So definitely drop coach if you are looking to get to the next level, but you don't know what to do next, and you want to improve your personal leadership, and you want to improve, your life, whether it's financial, relationships, all that. Definitely drop coach and I'll connect y'all with my coach. But with that being said, y'all, definitely let me know also. I want to know what were some of your wins? Hey Xavier, what were some of your wins from 2022? What were some of your wins from 2022? I definitely want to know. And y'all, let's really um indulge in this moment. Like, this is a beautiful moment. December 2022, this is definitely a beautiful moment. So let's indulge in it, let's enjoy it, let's be grateful, let's be blessed for the things that we have learned and we have received, and then also the things that we get to learn again, because the lesson gonna come right back. So with all that being said, I love you. Have a beautiful, loving night, and I will see you in the next video.